truth.
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It is Monday, September 8th, and we've got a lot of data this week that you need to keep your eye on. Could we be 24 hours out from a massive pump in the markets? Guys, it's possible. It's possible, but all the data this week needs to come in line. We're going to break down everything going on the macro side this week. We're going to talk about the charts right now. Watching the orb on 3 minutes. Shout out to the Otter gang. Gotta watch this thing, man. Looking at it, we got a breakout of the orb. What came down? Dynamic reactor on a 3 minute, giving us a little bit of a support line here. But it does look like we're starting to bottom here on the. Let me move it over there. Let me move it over there. Looks like we're coming into a bottom on the oscillator too, right there. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Might be getting a setup for a movement today. Overall, the crypto market quite green here. Look at MYX. Look at MYX. That is on the daily, up almost 200%, guys. What is MYX? It's another native token to another decentralized exchange, which we've been telling you, keep your eyes on here in our community. It is absolutely looking good. Shout out to Trade Intuition. He said, love the morning market report. I love all you guys. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this thing, man. You guys know what time it is. Take seats, get your notebooks out. Class is in session. Let's get it. Hey there, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Let's go ahead and bring down the screen here. Let's go ahead and chart prime. We're bringing you this chart prime every day. Looking at this markets here, guys, we're going to be watching this 3 minute here, but we're going to look over the 4 hour. We're going to do some top-down analysis today. Look at all of these different tokens and how they're moving. Overall, it does look like we're getting some type of morning market open on TradFi, stock market, NASDAQ and the S&P both in the green this morning. Dow Jones down slightly and the Russell 2K down slightly. But on the alt side, altcoin season, quote unquote, we are seeing that there's we're getting close. We're at 63% on that altcoin index. We're going to break that down for you today too. And then at the end of the show, we're going to head over to Crypto Coin Mindset. I see Keith and T.I. Joe in the chat right now. We're going to go push you guys over to them, but we got a lot of stuff to go over today. Shout out to the Otter gang joining us here. Shout out to Alex O Crypto and the OGs. It's OG Monday. Got the shirt on. Got the coffee mug. Got the OG coffee mug. If you look, see, OGs. So, you know, if you guys don't have the swag, you can't join us here on OG Monday. You just got to be in spirit. So, with a blurry camera, can we get a clean camera? There we go. But without any further ado, we got a lot of stuff to break down this morning. Not doing it by myself, though. Let's bring up the man, the myth, the legend, the Mexican Superman, OC guy. What's up, dude? How you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, man. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm starting a new diet. My wife says that I don't know what I'm doing, but I mean, I can guarantee you that it's taking so much effect on me. But yeah,
that's what she said.
That's what she said. It's called the diet of the dice.
Diet of the dice.
Yes, for every meal you take, you shit twice.
Didn't need to know that. Way too much bathroom info there on your man. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the chat. We got Alexandra G, the mod queen in here. Donata Cabrera Harp is in here with us. Paul Hindenburg saying good morning, Piper and OG. Good morning to you, Paul. Appreciate seeing you here, man. Wixwife Fine 89 2-dub in here, all set. French Toaster JR, one of our traders. Our primary trader over in our Discord, dropping gems all the time for you guys. T.I., I see you, bro. Bingo Bango. Bingo Bango in the chat, if you would, please. Appreciate that. Dutchy, appreciate you being here, man. You wearing your clogs today? I'm sure you are. And he's probably drinking a beer because it's pretty late over there on the other side of the planet right now. Steve Hickey, appreciate you being here. Deborah Sarmiento, hit that like, baby. Good morning, y'all. Good morning to you. I appreciate that, Deb. Awesome. Gear said Otter gang. All right, let's go ahead and get into this OC. Whoa, you flicked too hard, damn it. OC, what are we looking at on the Bitcoin chart right now? Let's talk about where we're currently sitting with that. Then we're going to jump into all of this news and find out why 24-hour warning is in effect today. And then we're going to look at some altcoins also and talk about this week ahead. So what are we seeing on that chart, OC? What do you got for us?
Let's get it. All right. So Bitcoin is looking again, it is in the same zone that we've been on every single morning since the last previous week. I mean, if you take a look at here, we've been just ranging, right? And ranging doesn't mean bad. I mean, the other way around, right? At this point, it is okay to start to be ranging. So far, we have been ranging in this area. If we talk about the downwards channel that we're seeing here, well, over the time passes and we keep ranging sideways, it seems like we are heading higher. But it's not that we're heading higher, it's just that we are ranging and the trend line is that we're flipping on that ATX, which means having some strength on whatever we are. And we are right now on a bullish little scenario here. So the question is, we are bullish, but are we going to be bullish enough to have a breakout retest continuation? I mean, I will be all right with another, with even this kind of breakout retracement and continuation, just to be clear. But it remains to be seen. Seems like, I mean, if we have just good enough news, we might be able to bring it back. But also remember, look at here, we are getting closer to reversal areas, which is, again, not bad, because if we have the breakout retest and then we have a continuation by breaking this trend line, I think we are getting set up for the next pump. But in the meantime, remember, we are still doing nothing. We are ranging while the trend lines keep pointing downwards. So that gives you the illusion that we're getting higher, but we are on the same overall area. So that's what I got, Piper, on Bitcoin. It is like waiting for that dynamic reactor to come into contact to the price action, which we are right now. We'll see if we can break it.
Nice, nice. Yeah, people thought we got rugged. Yeah, you had a pause there for a second, but you came right back. So we're good. We're good. We're all good. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the news today, guys. We've got a lot of news to go over, and then we'll come back and take a look at some higher time frame Bitcoin chart and why I think we could pump this week. Let's go talk about that. Jumping over to the news today, guys, looking at the Into the Cryptoverse metrics. Currently, right now, sitting at $3.872 trillion on the crypto market cap. Trend on this is at $4.323 trillion. Currently undervalued about 10.44%. So getting that mean pump up there would put us into some parabolic runs on price action. Matter of fact, let's see here. The median band on that is sitting at 4.323, and that upper band is at 41.51. And we do tend to get close into that, midsection. We've talked about what that would look like on the total market cap before. It would be pretty awesome to see. But yeah, right now we're just sitting there 10% down. So looking at the current crypto Bitcoin risk levels, we are sitting at 53.6% today. And yeah, guys, DCA Monday today. So we dropped all the DCA levels for the Piper plan in the Discord. This is a 2x DCA still. So we're continuing that 2x DCA every week there. 2 times your DCA amount is what that is, if you don't know, on Bitcoin. And then we also dropped some of the alts, including those new alts that the community asked for. So Wick says I shouldn't pay off my credit card until alt season, patiently waiting. That's not financial advice. I would not give that financial advice out. Wick's wife 589. Let's go over here and take a look at what Bitcoin dominance is looking like right now. Bitcoin dominance currently sitting with stable coins at 57.78%. Without stable coins, 62.25. We are getting those little pumps up there. Oh, look at Alexander G dropping 5 Piper Academy memberships. You know what? I'm going to match your energy here. I'm going to match your energy, Alexander G. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go membership gifting, and we're going to send out 5 more. That's 10 memberships there given out. Shout out to Alexander G dropping those. Joel Vasquez, Lee, Brendan Cox, the Dusty Hunt, and Eric Bernstein picking up the ones from Alexander G. And then we just dropped 5 more there for you. SRLJ, David Brumbelow, the Brumblebee picking up one, and Post. I see you there. Awesome, man. Look, who else? Did I miss somebody? I think I did. Dutchy got one too. So there you go. Picking up some gifted memberships there. Currently right now, BC Port Corp dropping 1 too. Appreciate you guys. Take away those stable coins. Take away those stable coins from those crypto, that crypto Bitcoin dominance, and we're sitting at 60.25. Let's go look at alt season index. Could I just talk to you guys about this? Looking at the alt season index, how are we looking? We're at 63.04% currently right now. It's not Bitcoin season, nor is it altcoin season. Altcoins with an ROI greater than Bitcoin right now sitting at 29. 20 of them have a ROI less than Bitcoin. So not quite alt season next yet. We want to get into that 75% range. We're currently sitting at 63%, but we are coming up on it. So how's that Bitcoin fear and greed looking? It's 51. 51 is our current fear and greed level. We're sitting in neutral on Bitcoin right now. Drop it down here to Ethereum. We're also sitting in neutral. Ethereum seeing a little weakness the last couple of days as Solana and XRP pumping up in the markets. And then, guys, we're going to talk about this in a little bit in more detail. But in exactly 3 days, we will receive this data for the 12 months ending March 2025. This is the annual benchmark revisions to payrolls, okay? This is the annual report that comes out. But remember, when this report comes out, this only goes through March of 2025. It's from last year. These are the annual revisions. Hey, remember all that data we gave you over that period of time up to March 2025? Yep, all untrue. That's what this is going to be. Right now, estimates range from negative 500,000 to negative 950,000 jobs set to be revised out of the reported data. Would you stop that? Good Lord. Go back down here. Go back down. There we go. Cumulative payrolls have now officially been revised down by 1.1 million jobs since February 2022. We're going to talk about more of this thread in a little while. Looking at the last 24 hours for liquidations on traders, 151,480 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at 248.41 million. Largest single liquidation was MYX. We just talked about that token on the bubbles. It was a $4.78 million liquidation on a single trade. There's that MYX. Big old green bubble there, up 194% this morning. Let's go check it out. Bitcoin currently up about 0.7%. Ethereum's up about 0.6%. Big movers for the day. XRP up 4.1. Solana up 5.2. Dogecoin up 8.3. Cardano's up 3.3% today. Hyperliquid, another native token to a decentralized exchange, up 9.1%. Chainlink is at 3%, but very far off from that $800 target. Just saying. By the way, we're going to talk about that video. Oh, good Lord. BC Port Corp. Keep that in mind. There you go. Stellar Lumens is up 5.8% today. Avalanche and their H-bar up in the twos, but nothing big there. But seeing some moves in the top 20 here today. To the upside, how's the past hour looking? Are we holding? No, it looks like we got quite a bit of red started to flow in on the past hour. Some sell-off happening right now after that pump this morning. All right, economic data. What you got for us? Non-farm payrolls annual revision. Today, guys, if we put this on the 1 star, you'll see today pretty mellow. Used car prices came in flat, neutral on used car prices. Used car prices year over year was up 2.9%, now only up 1.7%, seeing a slowdown on that. And then consumer credit change was at 7.37 billion, now coming in later on today, but consensus is that it will be 10.1 billion. It's going to be 2 o'clock this afternoon. Put this back on the 2 star, you'll see this is the 2 star. This is prior. These are mid-important and very important items, okay? For the week, non-farm payrolls annual revision was 818,000. You guys may remember this. It shook the markets because we had this 818,000 job review erased from the markets back last year. This is the new one for this year. This is done every year. And right now they're expecting as high as 950,000 jobs do not exist. This, I think, is catalyst 1 to a market pump. We have a catalyst 2 that is going to be coming in later on this week. And what is that going to be? That's going to be on Thursday when we get our core inflation and our inflation rate, CPI, and PPI, of course, on Wednesday. So we got PPI on Wednesday, core inflation on Thursday, inflation rate year over year, along with CPI on Thursday. So this is Catalyst 2 on Wednesday, Catalyst 3 on Thursday. What I would like to see, I don't want to see this, obviously, because it means that the economy is not doing well, but what I think will pump the markets, how about that? Non-farm payrolls comes in at this 850 to 900,000 jobs. Okay, not being there, that they don't exist. They're just jobs gone. Okay, and then we get inflation rate that is coming in as expected or better, meaning right now it's at what's previously at 0.3%. This is core. This means it doesn't include food and energy, minus food and energy. Okay, this comes in at 3.3 or lower. Okay, 0.3, I should say, and lower. Core rate year over year, this comes in at 3.1 or lower. If we look at inflation rate, I would like to see this come in at 0.2. If it comes in at 0.3 and this comes in on inflation rate year over year at 2.9, this would mean that inflation is going up, and that is the opposite direction of what we're wanting to see. But if we get this to come in a little bit better, okay, then what we're going to have is a situation where job numbers are getting worse, but inflation is stagnant or going down. That would equate to us seeing a likelihood of a 50 basis point rate cut going on September 17th. But it would definitely secure a rate cut on September 17th. And I do think that would be a catalyst that could pump the markets going into tomorrow, step 1, Wednesday, step 2, and then Thursday, step 3, 3-point catalyst this week to send the markets higher. If they do not come in that way, if inflation comes in high also, then you will see the markets give back all the money that comes off of the job numbers. If the job numbers come in way better than expected, then that reduces the likelihood of those higher rate cuts. But I do want to keep you guys all apprised of the situation, the scenario. 6 of the 7 times, we talked about this last week, 6 of the last 7 times that we had 50 basis point rate cuts occur led to a recession because they cut too late. So keep all this in mind, but keep all this in mind. We've got a lot of data points that are all pushing this ball down the ramp, right? But it takes a lot of data points to turn the markets around. I think that would be what we need to see this week, is a lot of data points that all read in the same direction. So right now, though, Catalyst 1 tomorrow, non-farm payrolls, annual revision coming in. Flashbang, sorry about that. Shout out to the OGs. This is right now our current levels that we're watching for likelihood of rate cuts. We're sitting at an 88.2% chance that on the 17th of September, we get a 25 basis point rate cut. We have an 11.8%, almost 12% chance that we get 50 basis points. And then tomorrow, when those job numbers come out, if they're really bad, and everyone is leaning that CPI and PPI are going to be pretty calm and mellow, then this will likely come up even higher, and we'll see that increase. Of course, the markets are going to love that for the time being. So if PPI hurt up on top of the hottest PPI print we've seen in years, do you think the bad job numbers really matter that much? No, I do not. We really need the catalyst. BC Port Corp, I'm talking about what he's saying here in the chat. If the PPI comes in hot and CPI comes in hot, meaning inflation is higher, it could erase all the pumps. That's why I said it will give back all the gains that we get off of bad job numbers, because bad is good on job numbers when it comes to the markets. It means that they've got to do some quantitative easing, right? But if the inflation's high, that means that they're back to that catch-22. Do I cut rates? Do I not cut rates, right? So, can you legally buy a flashbang? No, you cannot, French toaster. Sorry. Let's go talk about the liquidation levels right now on Bitcoin. Currently, let's refresh it, make sure we got the right data, the most recent data here. Looking right now at the 1 month chart, short pain, max pain for all the short traders, 114,229. Max pain for the longs, 107,148. That's what we're seeing there. Let's talk about this, how stocks, bonds, and Fed might react to the preliminary estimates for the annual benchmark revision. Again, this is coming out tomorrow. The upcoming BLS annual benchmark revision to non-farm payrolls is more meaningful for the labor market health than the monthly reports. This is big. Goldman Sachs expects a significant downward revision of 550,000 to 950,000 jobs. Guys, no matter how you slice it, everyone is expecting that we've reported way more jobs than what there actually are, and that we're going to get that revision of 500,000 plus. Remember, last time was minus 818,000. So large negative revision could boost stocks, especially cash-rich tech giants, and may increase the odds of a larger Fed rate cut, which we were just talking about. But again, need to see the PPI and CPI come in line with that data. So how we look at the Fed and consequently stocks and bonds might react to the revision. I do much more than just article DIY. Let's go here. Nope. Go back. There we go. Go down. On Tuesday, September 9th, the Bureau of Labor Statistics will publish its preliminary estimate for the annual benchmark revision. Remember, this comes out preliminary, and then the final will be in March again, okay? So we'll have months of dealing with, here's our report, and then what's the final going to be, we'll see. What is this report? According to About SAE section, this BLS benchmarks the current employment statistics estimates against employment counts from the quarterly census and employment wages. Practically all employers file state unemployment insurance tax records, and this is based off of the insurance tax reports. So it's a very much more accurate number than what they do at the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So 550,000 to 900,000 downward revision. Goldman Sachs estimates that they will cut the preliminary benchmark between April 2024 to March 2025. That's what this period covers, by between 550,000 and 950,000 jobs. The high end of the estimates would be the worst one-year revision not seen since 2010, I mean. So if it's 950,000 jobs, we haven't seen anything this bad in 15 years, is basically what they're saying. After the euphoric growth of 2022, the economy would have a net job loss for the last 4 years. Continuing job losses. So that's what we're going to be watching tomorrow, guys. Of course, we're going to be here every morning talking about the CPI and the PPI and how this Catalyst 2 and Catalyst 3 are playing out on Catalyst 1. But I don't know. OC, what do you think? Do we see that lower end, 550,000 jobs? Do we see that higher end, 950,000 jobs? What's your vote on it? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Matter of fact, in the chat, if you think we see closer to 550, put a 1 in the chat. If you think we see higher, closer to that 950,000, put a 2 in the chat. OC, what's your thoughts?
Well, the consensus are that we're going to be hitting lower. I'm going to go for the consensus. Like, we're going to go hitting lower. And that is because we've been talking about that for almost quite a hot minute. And with all of the tariff that Trump has implemented, not sure if there are actual loss of jobs. Well, I mean, I'm 100% sure that there's loss of jobs, but I would say that rotation of what people does, right? And that is because of how things are being manufactured. So sometimes they're going from, instead of a job, to a self, I don't know, employee. And I don't know if how that counts on that revision, but I'm gonna go for the lower pointing here.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking Retro Mike Tech is right. He said 3. I think it comes in somewhere right in the middle. Just because I think a majority of the layoffs that have occurred have been after March. So I think that right now, if you were to include March through August, be horrible. But I think that going up through March of 2025, I mean, we're talking what, 5-6 months ago. I think our worst data came in the past 6 months, in my opinion. So we'll see, though. We'll see. I mean, last year was 818,000, and nobody thought that was going to be that high. So yeah, that's it. Alex O Crypto, what's up, my bro? How you doing today, man? So let's go talk about the higher time frame chart OC on Bitcoin. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what has happened, because we told everybody if we hold that box at the bull market support band and that dynamic daily reactor, that we were likely going to be heading higher. And I do think that that's still a chance. I think that 157K is my target that I'm going to be watching for sometime in October before the market runs out. But
all right, so let's go check here.
We'll go back over here. All right. Every time I cut over to OC, I rug pull on them. So Can we catch up here? Are we good?
I think so. I have a massive audio delay, but I think we're okay.
I think so too. Let's cut over to you. We'll come back and we'll talk about my chart.
All right. So this is the boxes that we've been talking about here for a hot minute on the previous week in here, coming down with a dynamic reactor coming in hiding here. And we found, and as you can see, this is something that we've been expecting, right? So let me just clean up a little bit in these charts, and we're going to be going over two different charts because we did hit a support on the dynamic reactor. Not only that, our oscillators also were hitting, for example, in this one, which is our linear regression oscillator, completely free indicator, by the way. Well, we have a peak performance diamond in here, right at the dynamic reactor, bouncing back up, and well, the target is still on my purple box in here. Are we gonna hit it? I think so. I think that we are gonna be coming up in here. Something important. In tomorrow, I will say that we could still might be retracing a little bit, but ultimately, I think that we're gonna hit higher. Another important thing is that 106 is still on the table for me. All right, and that is because nothing is preventing us that we find some resistance because we have a bunch of resistance up in here to then come back down lower, hit it off one more time, and then make about that and make our way up in here. But so far, everything is pointing that we might have just a little noise, but hitting higher throughout the week.
Awesome. Let's jump over. I think I fixed everything. We're good. We're good. All right. Let's jump over here and talk about what I'm seeing on the higher time frame. Looking at the 4-hour right now, guys. We are coming in on resistance on the 4-hour dynamic reactor, but let's take a look at this higher time frame. Daily oscillators. Let's talk about that. Currently, right now, price is coming in on the 100-day simple moving average. We have the 50-day simple moving average sitting at about $115,000. Does it look like we're going to hit that? I think we will. I think if we get a bounce up here and we retest that 100-day of support, we're going to be heading up to that $115,000 range. Why do I think that? Histogram is green. Signal band has flipped bullish. Money flow is starting to round on the bottom here on the daily, meaning it's looking like it's coming back up. Volume is looking good. Oscillator ribbon is looking good. And we came out of a low session here right on that daily dynamic reactor at the same time that we bottomed here on the RSI primed, looking like it's going up. What else is there? Well, we also hit the box that we talked about last week cleanly here on the 3-day, hitting right on that dynamic support band, bull market support band, I should say, and the dynamic reactor. But look at the wicks. They came in clean right there in the bottom of the support band. I think that this is setting us up for a higher move also. If we take a look at the 3-day oscillator, we're also getting a rounding motion here. Now, what I do worry about is that it is a continuation wave on that. But as of right now, we're going to go with money flows coming up. You can see that there. Money flows getting a bounce on that 0 line, but volume is starting to drop on the 3-day. Let's take a look at the weekly and see what we see here. We got about 56 days left in this run, guys, based on the cycle profit taking ends of cycle. So you go back and look, these are based on from the halving to the bottom to the top time measurements on a repeat cycle. This says we have 56 days left on this cycle. And what I'm seeing right now is on the weekly, we are pushing to the upside. If we do pull back, I think $95,000, $96,000 would be about $96,000 now would be the area to watch. That's going to be your 52-week simple moving average there. But if the data comes out tomorrow and we're above this 100-day, we are absolutely set up for another move to the upside. All of the oscillators supporting that move. And I just got to get the data. The data needs to come in the right direction and aligning with the inflation coming in cooler, with jobs losses coming in hotter. And then we'll be set up for 157K in October. Of course, any of this can change at a moment's notice with one report, one data point, one tweet, something like that. So, but I do think that we are going to head higher. Of course, DCA plan, Piper plan says that the best time to DCA is later in the week. So we are at the beginning of the week. maybe you want to hold off on that. Might get a little bit of a pullback this week from one of these volatility wicks that come in. But overall, that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now. A lot of indication of upside movement coming in this week and aligning with what we're possibly seeing on those eco reports. OC, what are we seeing on altcoins, bro? And what are we seeing on gold? Because I don't know if you've seen gold today. Don't know if you talked about gold at all. Let me pull this up here first, and then I'll show you what I'm seeing on the other markets today, because I didn't even pull this up today. I failed you guys, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about gold. Looking right now, Dow Jones flat 0.01%, S&P up about 0.3%, Nasdaq's up 0.8%, tech sector getting good movements off this. Russell 2K down about 0.5%, 0.4%, and the VIX, the volatility index, is unchanged. Look at the bonds market. Guys, we're at 4.053. Remember me telling you every time we hit 4.2, this thing seems to go up? People are buying the 10-year treasury yield right now. This typically means flight to safety, just so you guys know. We are seeing flight to safety movement in the bonds market. Take a look at gold, $3,670. I told you, I think $5,000 gold is in play between now and 2026, summer 2026. It's continuing to move up that way. Silver at $41.83, continuing to move up. Platinum and palladium both up today. Platinum up 0.33% OC, palladium up 2.36%. So we are seeing a flight to safety movement. Gold, bonds, this dropping like this means that money's going into it. When people buy it, the yield offering goes down. It goes up when they need to entice people to buy. So when you see it dropping, that means it's being bought up, just so you know. So let's go over to your chart. Let's talk about gold and let's talk about alts, because we are sitting at 63%. Man, we're like 12% off from alt season. How's that looking for us?
All right, let's get started with orange juice. Seems like today orange juice on the daily, it is pretty low, so it's a fantastic way to go get you a liter or a gallon of orange juice to prepare your coffees in the morning.
Oh, see, orange juice belongs on a chart. Orange juice belongs on a chart, not in your damn coffee.
Don't know what the fuck.
Roger that, but still delicious, man. Still delicious. JR said that is making my tummy hurt. I haven't had it. Man. And I just read that orange juice and coffee, and I'm just anticipating it so bad. I love it. But let's go check out Solana. Solana, we were looking at a possible re-entry here as we were coming back down. We reanalyzed this. It was pumping, and then finally we have our crossover diamond coming back down, our entry right here, and then off we go. We are, guys, about to hit that target. We haven't hit our main target for almost anything. All right, I mean, if you guys want to go ahead and take some profits right there, you'll be all right on the safe zone. I will absolutely be taking some profit on Solana, and well, then moving forward with the trade. And our next target is going to be at 229.12 ish. And well, that is going to be if Bitcoin breaks out. If not, be sure that we're going to have a rollover back on Solana, and we're going to get stuck on the same range that we have been for a little while. Let's go back and take a look at Link. Link, we were shorting it on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. We make some profits when we took some early profits in here and move our stop to entry, and reduce our stop right here from, it was 24.36 to 23.53 right down here. Well, then it is right now underwater. We are not hitting our first area, but since we took some early profits, if it hits us up, we're gonna be breaking even. We'll see how that goes, because at this point we're still kind of battling with that resistance. Let me bring up here my oscillator, and for some reason I just messed this up. I don't know why it's not in there, but whatever. Let me just go.
He fucked up.
I absolutely did. So remember, also we have an ongoing trade on LDO. LDO trade is been taking I hear coming back down almost to our next 1/4 of an entry. That was right there, then coming back up. Right now, we're hitting some resistances. So if you want to take your first taking profit, you are going to be doing it great. We have dynamic director coming in strong. And as you can see, that is our next taking profit. So LDO playing out fantastically. Something that it did not play out exactly as we were expecting was XRP. XRP, we logged it here. We took our first profit at 286 and then come back down to stop us out. No re-entry for me. All right, I was expecting it to go a little bit lower, as you can see here. And well, then the move happened, and right now is bursting through. So something about XRP is that I would say that lately, I would say that it's leading the way. I mean, I also want to go over Ethereum very quickly, but XRP, it's kind of like giving us a hint how altcoins are going to be behaving. I'm going to be looking for the retracement or the flag out to the right, and then a continuation upwards if we can see Bitcoin breaking through. One of the important coins that I'm seeing here that we might not being able to just now take it is CRV. All right, I was telling you guys on Friday, CRV is looking a little bullish, but still, if we start turning on our, for example, support and resistances, look at the big gap that we have in here. And not only that, if we turn on our daily support and resistances, look at the huge empty hole, well, with maybe this middle gap that we might have in here. So we're running to dynamic reactor in here. We have an alert. I'm going to be trying to hit a resistance and going for a short. If for any reason CRV it's making a mistake, we just need, it is just one step to fall out of the cliff, right? And if it fall out of the cliff, I want to be there to actually just give it maybe a little bit of a forward push, or just throw him a stone while he falls around, because I do want it to dip, and that is because it's looking very, very juicy from where we are. That doesn't mean that it's going to dip. All right, I'm just saying that if for some reason we have a rejection, we can start looking to get that short, and oh boy, that we have a long way to go to the downside. So keep your eyes on CRV. We might have, if we're lucky enough, a good area to short it. But yeah,
CRV is on our list also. If you look at the top 200, this is Coin Go Live, and it's percentage from the all-time high. I got this in the order of the most distance from the all-time high to the lowest. Look here, we're on the top of the page. CRV damn near at the at the bottom of that list. 94.86% drop since its all-time high, which was back in 2020. It would need to rally 1,845.7% to get back to its all-time high. So guys, we've talked about this before. We've pulled this up and showed you, hey, go take a look at this list sometimes. Go in there and look around and see what's in the bottom of this list. Those might be things that get crazy pops on them. And yeah, Curve sitting on that list. So we've talked about that before. I got to give a shout out to the chat real fast. They're talking about the metric system versus the imperial system, liters versus gallons, whatever, so on and so forth. And BC Port Corp said, we don't get taught the metric system in school. Actually, Wix Wife Fine said it, but BC said, JR, I'm American. The only time we use the metric system is when it comes to drugs. So true. How many grams in an ounce? I don't know. How many grams in a dime bag? They 12.5, whatever, this is how it works. So shout out to everybody in the chat right now. If you guys are getting any value out of today's content, smash that like button. As Alexander G said, those are rookie numbers.
Those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Appreciate you guys. All right, OC, you said you were going to take a look at Ethereum. How are we looking on Ethereum? Hashtag FETH. Do you still feel that way? Do you still think FETH? I need to know what's your current stance on Ethereum, OC?
I still are FETH because it's so slippery for me. I don't know. I mean, we all have different styles, right? In my particular style, I'm kind of waiting for confirmations. but kind of like Ethereum is a little bit, you know, slippery. Sometimes it doesn't quite hit there. It's very close, but it doesn't hit it, or sometimes it just go and blows through it, right? So ETH, I mean, still not catching it, and it's been playing me dirty for a couple of moves that I'm still sour about it, right? So, but I mean,
Is
it
it
is what it
as
is. I
sour
still
as your orange juice coffee? That's the question.
That is sweet, bro. But first, before we go check out ETH, grass. I'm looking at grass in here, and that is because I mean, we're getting closer to a
Lovely. Straight
possible
out
double
of drug talk in the grass. Here we go. We're going to demonetize today.
All right, so this is a good kind of grass, by the way, just a good kind of grass. All right, not the one that you experiment with. All right, so we could be looking for a big movement on grass. This is also very, very low. It's on the lowest. And just a quick setup here. If we start going to the 0.58 area or even the 0.65, I'm gonna be buying a lot of grass. But this kind of grass, it's that I already have some spare money that I've been saving for this. All right, this is gonna be my casino money. Yes or no? So it's not that I'm gonna be buying it because I believe that this is gonna be the next altcoin. It is just that I mean we're so low right now that any kind of pump on here, it is just crazy. And that is even, I mean, and we're talking come on. Oh, spot, all right. So for example, look at just to the previous lows. That is a 47% spot. I mean, that's pretty good. And I'm talking about grass because it's been having some popularity, right? We're not going to anonymous coin or anything like that, right? But yeah. So looking at grass, maybe I might be jumping in throughout the next week. We'll see how that goes. So let's go check out Ethereum if I can find it to my right. Oh, here it is. Perfect. All right, Ethereum keeps making no sense. I don't know. All right, but we can absolutely start drawing a couple of stuff in here for once. And let me clear this up. So we have a clean canvas, and we can't. Let's just get rid of this. It's already expired. And yes, remove that. And we're making some sort of a parabola here, right? Not the good kind, but also we're having a downtrend bottom line in here, right? So I want to say that we're making a lowering wedge, and usually those wedges tend to break to the upside. Another important thing is that we're having the same pattern that we've been seeing on Bitcoin, which is a smaller hump, right? The big hump, the triangle in here, and then we usually have a sweep of the lows and then a blow up in here. So what's going to be the game for Ethereum, all right? So what's going to be the gameplay? So let's first add our support and resistances, and also of course our order blocks. I see my support and resistances. They're a little F up. So I'm telling you, F Ethereum. And let's just wait for them to load. And here, all right, perfect. We got them in here. So we have a big area of support right down here where we have our first alert at 4,254. But if we have some sweep or serious sweep of the lows, I believe that we're going to be hitting here. So I got two possible entries in here. One at 4,254 and the other one at 4,087. Important. If we get here, I think we're going to have a wick right down here and then consolidate and then start bursting back up in here, all right? If we start breaking our previous or our next 4,400 or 4,500 area, I'm going to wait for that breakout. We're going to go for this retracement, and then we're going to hit this area up here. So for me, this is the no trade zone, all right? This is the no trade zone. And if you want to trade this, you'll be all right trading it, but trade it as a range, all right? Remember, a range is an unknown breakout, so make sure that you hedge it at the end, or at least when you start seeing that we're almost about to finish that range. And guess what? Right now, we are at 10. It is one of our unicorn numbers. That is because almost never it shows up, right? Everybody knows it exists, but no one has seen it before. So we have our number 10 in consolidation, which means we are highly consolidating, but also at the end of the consolidation, we have an imminent breakout, guys. So set your alerts, be prepared with Ethereum, because we might have a good surprise on it. Regardless if it goes up or down, as soon as the thing moves, I think we can make some money on it. So turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Let's jump over here and let's take a look at Chainlink. Shout out to Kellephant. Kelly said, I need an ETH breakout, but she just said, OC, did you see that falling wedge? Guys, we do have a falling wedge here, depending on how you pull it. On Chainlink, if you pull this with the most touches, that means that we've had a couple of fake outs, so the upside and downside, right? But right now, we are getting a breakout, rejection on the 236, drop down, OC retest on the top of the wedge. If we continue to get a breakout on this and we're able to get above the dynamic reactor, which you'll see the dynamic reactor right now coming in right here where we are, we're getting a bounce of support on it. If we get this bounce here and we move up, guys, I would be watching for the 50%. That's going to be your quantum reactor running in there. If we break above that, watch for that golden pocket. That would be a return back to all the liquidity over here. And I do want to pull, let me get the Mexican spaghetti off the chart. I do want to pull a fixed range volume profile across here just to see where a majority of this money is all sitting at. Let's move this back a little bit more. I want all of this because this is encompassed in this entire range. Look, point of control is coming in right at the golden pocket also. That would give it a target of about $25.53 to 83 cents. So 58 to 83 cents. So that's what I'm watching there in that $25 range on this breakout. But of course, again, we've had breakouts on this thing, fake out breakouts. So right now, watch that target. We also have a value area low that we would need to get above in line with that 236 for confluence. Looking at the oscillator, though, we do have money flow coming up. Volume is coming up. And the oscillator ribbon looking pretty decent for upside move. Nice, sharp incline there on that. That's what I'm seeing on Chainlink, OC. Shout out to Kellephant for pointing that out. Good call. Good call. Good call. Link long given this morning on Good Morning Crypto, BC Port Corp said. If you guys aren't watching Good Morning Crypto right here on the Piper Academy Network, that's BC Port Corp's morning show. Wee morning hours, but giving you the setup for the day. And evidently this morning, he gave a link long setup. So there you go. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. OC, what else you looking at, man? We got about 12 minutes before we head over to Crypto Coin Mindset Show with T.I. Joe. Of course, they're probably going to be talking about some great news over there and some charts also. But what else are you watching on the alt side? Is anything catching your interest on some of those DCA levels that we have called out? If you don't remember what all the DCA levels are that we have inside of our Discord, I'm going to pull it up here and just show everybody. But then we can go take a look at a couple of these charts. If you are a member in our Discord, you get the altcoin and the Bitcoin setups every single Monday for your DCA levels. But going to the top of the list here, I'll go down the list, OC, and you tell me if any of these are charts that you want to do. We got ETH, XRP, Solana, Doge. I think maybe you should take a look at Doge. Doge is looking pretty good right now. ADA, Cardano, Chainlink, SWI. SWI is getting crushed on it on its DCA levels. It's DCA times 3 right now. XLM, which is usually in line with XRP, HBAR, Litecoin, Toncoin, Shiba Inu, Polkadot, Aave, and Atom, all on that list. So I'm going to hand it over to you. You can take any of these that you want, but I do think maybe we should take a look at Doge and maybe SWI. So what do you got for us?
Perfect. Let's go take a look at Doge. Doge right now is hitting some highs in here. Pump that Doge, man. That is fantastic. So important, very important right now, guys. I mean, if you got the DCA works over time, if you're going to be trading this, just be aware that we are getting close to a rejection zone. We have that rejection zone all the way from here. All right. And every single time that we have come inside that area, well, except for this one, right? We have had almost an immediate rejection. That's how we got this short in here. Well, we're getting closer right here, but do not take that short until we start seeing that reversal in here, or if we start seeing that flip of the ribbon, which right now we have a goose head, which means a further continuation for then a deeper retracement. All right. So, I mean, I think we still have a little bit to go. Nonetheless, Dutch is playing out fantastically. It's playing out pretty nice. Let me go take a look at the daily here. And in the daily, oh, let me just double click here. All right, perfect. On a daily, we are on a support zone right here. There we go. We're bouncing off a support zone, and that is pretty good. We also can maybe start looking into a breakout of a triangle. We have 1, 2, 3-point trend line. There we go. We have our breakout on rejection areas. That will be cool because if we reject back in here, create a higher low, I think the next target will be somewhere around 0.28. This is also looking pretty juicy. Let me add an alert to this area right here. And of course, let's clone this one and add it a buffering zone just to make sure that we are on or through this area of support, hitting this other area of support, and again through this other area. So what I want to do is an anticipated alert right up there. Another thing that I'm looking at, it is TRX. TRX is right below here, and not because of the right reasons. Let's just bring up TRX and look at freaking this. Oh my goodness, going to the dynamic reactor daily, hitting it off, bouncing out with that V-shaped recovery. I was looking at it at the 4-hour, and look at that. In a 4-hour period or an 8-hour period, we went down to the daily dynamic reactor. We bounced back up, and right now we're above the zero line. We're not out of the blue yet, all right? And I don't know what the hell is happening here, but I really want to start looking into the news to see if there's anything related. And that is because despite I hate TRX, I use its chain, right? And I don't want it to start saying, overfloating with things that they don't really work, or if to start looking for some rug pulling stuff. I don't think it's going to be the case, but still keep an eye on TRX. We might have another volatility movement and then maybe a breakout continuation, but that would have been a great opportunity if we were expecting it. Nonetheless, it happened so fast, I don't think anybody will see that coming. So that is what I got so far. Oh, no, wait. I have Litecoin also. We have the DCA Litecoin today. We were looking for this area of support. This area of support played out very nicely. The same area that we were looking for Bitcoin, bouncing off that beautiful predictive range. Oh, I don't know what was that. And well, then you can see that predictive range just started all the way back down here. And with the support zone, well, it gives us an area of entry. Pretty good one right there. Important. We are right now bouncing off a trend line. We are right in the middle of the movement. So just be careful because we're getting an indecision candle. The previous areas that we have that indecision, we have a little rollover. So if we are able to roll over below the trend line, I think the target will be back again at 107. But since everything is just moving upwards, if we are able to sustain this area right here and then start moving upwards, I believe that we're going to hit at the middle of this order block right here at 121. So we are just in waiting zones for the majority of stuff. Seems like there was a very nice link trade in Good Morning Crypto. Shout out to if you took that trade. Fantastic. And well, that's what I got so far on the altcoins.
Yeah, speaking of BC, if you guys don't know, I'm going to drop this link in the chat. You guys can go check this out later. If you should go check this video out. This is BC Port Corp on his personal channel. Did this video called Moon Boy Math Reaction. And it's about a chain link price prediction video. You guys should go check this video out. This is a great video from BC. Of course, I did like it, and I did comment on it. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, guys, you should go check this video out when you get a chance later. Not right now. We're going to head over to Crypto Coin Mindset, but you should definitely open that up, save that in your library so you can watch it later on. BC Port Corp crushing it with that video. It was Moon Boy Math 101 from BC Port Corp. It's great. And then Califin said, Califin also said that I'm a secret Bitcoin whale because JR wants me to sell some of my Bitcoin so his short can print. So I told you this morning, man, Bitcoin's probably going up, and we're seeing that right now. So Bitcoin getting a move to the upside. Breaking that dynamic reactor on the 4-hour and heading up right now. So I don't know. We're going to keep an eye on it. We got about 4 minutes left before we head over to the crypto coin mindset. If you don't have anything else, we can head over there early, OC, or is there anything else that you're watching right now on the charts? I think you went over quite a bit this morning already. So do you have anything else that you need to show, or should we go ahead and head over to Keith?
Not really. I mean, today's Monday. I expect maybe a fake movement out of the intensity of the weekend. So I would say let's just wait for the waters to calm. Keep your eyes on your favorite coins, and most likely we might have some touches tomorrow. And I'm saying like breakouts or retraces on support and resistances. And most likely tomorrow you might have some interest here. So yeah, just take it easy today, Monday. Let's get warming up and getting ready for tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely. Matter of fact, I just checked the 3-minute orb from this morning also. Check it out, guys. If you guys don't have these set on your chart, these come from Market Dynamics Pro. It's already built in there. And this auto-printed the orbs this morning at the market open, 15 minutes in, bam, 5 candles. There's your orb. It set it, came down, nice bounce on the dynamic reactor 3-minute, came down for another test on the bottom side of the orb. We have now broken out of the orb and are moving another flag there to the upside. So, if you are looking to scalp trade, try the 15-minute orb in the morning. Check out Alex O Crypto. He trades on this a lot, and this is auto printed right there in Market Dynamics Pro. So, guys, we appreciate you all joining us here today on the Morning Market Report. Tomorrow morning, going to get that data coming in. What is the time of tomorrow's data release? Let's go see. I want to check that so I get the exact time. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this will go right when we go live tomorrow. We're going to get this annual revision. So join us right here, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll go over all this data. If you guys are looking for some trade setups, look at Trade Setups with OC Guy live right here on Piper Academy every evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then tomorrow morning, before we go live, you'll have BC back with some sarcasm, maybe some link setup, stuff like that. With Good Morning Crypto, we'll be back at 10 a.m. to break down all of that data that you need to have some knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe, use some risk management, peace, love, and profit. And as Alexander G says, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We'll catch you guys later. Drop those graduation caps over on Crypto Coin Mindset. See you guys over there.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
They
one.
don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning Market Report out. 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 Out.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning Market Report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning Market Report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?